And good morning. We're in the setup mode here. I am at the house of one of my dear friends and one of the players in the ATF Denver Sentinels campaign, Amber Holder. Her husband Ryan very kindly set up the space for us early so we could get online here and get started. So I am setting up for people to pop in and get the game set up. Richard Brown asking if he can play. I'm going to add him over to the Facebook thing. Rich, if you want to play, you are welcome. Host link is up there. And who do you wish to play? So I am just getting all going here. The hero's got 99 ninjas.
Not one of them?
And you're not, I'm not, I don't know how to say that. I have to figure out something clever to say before we actually get going here. Let's go ahead and set up the Facebook Live simulcast.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Just getting everything going here, folks.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing pretty well yourself?
I'm all right. Just shutting some windows to make sure there's not too much bright light shooting in.
Give me over in the other part of the chat, guys. I'm just
That's a little better.
There we go.
A little better. Let me see if I can bring them up on here.
okay. I just realized I don't know which speakers I have going. So let me change my speakers because I realize I can't hear anybody. And
I was wondering about that. I thought there was
Just give me a
something
second,
wrong
guys.
at my end. And there he goes.
He'll pop back in. See if I can bring it up on here instead of my phone.
All right.
Beautiful.
Check, check, check.
We
Checks
hear
are
you.
good.
Can you hear us?
Check, check.
Nope, you apparently cannot hear us.
I don't think you can hear us.
Okay. Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you say something so I can hear you?
Yes.
Say something.
All right, never mind.
Say
Nope, that's
something.
not working. I don't know what's going on, and that's going to be a problem.
Of course, there's technical difficulties. It's your final weekend.
True.
Because I didn't bring speakers, so I figured I'd just be able to hear from here. But
We should be able to go to wherever when you pop that up.
Of course, there's technical difficulties. It's your final weekend.
Let's see.
I didn't bring speakers, so I figured I'd just be able to hear from here. But
Should be able to go to
nope.
wherever when you pop that up. Because let's see.
Perfect.
That's not doing it. Crap. Didn't think to test this before. Sorry, guys. Just stand
It's
with
all
me
good,
for
man.
a minute.
You do what you gotta do.
Actually, I may have to bail for a second and then come back.
Okay.
Didn't think to test this before. Sorry, guys. Just stand
It's
with
all
me
good,
for
man.
a minute.
You do what you gotta do.
Actually, I may have to bail for a second and then come back.
Okay.
Test this before. Sorry, guys. Just stand
It's all
with me
good,
for
man.
a minute.
It's weird.
I may
Do
have
you
to
keep hearing that?
and then come back.
Mm-hmm. I do.
That's odd. I wonder what's screwed up on his end. So what level did you end up pudging? Do you keep hearing that?
Mm-hmm. I do.
That's odd. There it goes again. What's screwed up on his end? I wonder. They have the volume thing on here. So
No,
what
don't.
level did you end up? No, they don't have it on here. The other one had a volume on it. Interesting.
I had the Facebook link up on my computer. I'm hoping that wasn't the problem.
I didn't know if I just had to reset the volume on the actual channel here, but let's see. Because the first time they ever attempted a broadcast on here, it had the same issue, and people just had to click the volume on and off, but I don't even have that option off of this one.
All right, let's try this again, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
sure, why
you.
not?
Oh, this is great.
Uh-oh.
This is just awesome. I can't hear a word anyone's saying. I don't know what to do.
You have a headset?
No, it just lets me mute them. I didn't bring any of my speakers or headphones with me because I assumed that my computer's actual embedded speakers would be good enough. And for some reason, the app is not recognizing them. So I'm going to close out completely and relaunch and see if that works.
Fair enough.
By him completely starting over, it might have us jump out of here and go to a new one.
Oh, okay.
Because I think he'll have to generate it over again.
Fair enough.
We'll see what happens in a couple minutes. What pledge level did you end up jumping in on?
How is this working for you, Sean? Can you hear me?
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Looks like he's looking over something. To answer your question, Michael, I went with the $40 pledge. Unfortunately,
That's a good one.
It's a really good one. I feel bad because there were actually a couple of $1,000 pledgers, and I'm like, how do I even compete with that?
If I had $1,000 to toss away like that, trust me, I definitely would. Like being able to create my own hero and put it into the core book.
Right.
That would be pretty freaking cool. Well, hopefully he'll be able to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, people like Donald and Brett who have that type of cash to toss around, I give it up to them, man. But
right,
it's a lot of money.
Hey, it got the guys.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was about to say it did get the guys to the goal they needed, though. So
yes, it did. I hope they come up with some pretty cool concepts.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night too. It's like I only pledged $40, so I have no right to judge them on any front. But I'm really, really, really hoping that they're not like cheesy and stuff.
Well, I think it has to be going over with Sean and Leonard and whoever else anyway. So I'm sure they'll kick it up to their standards and just get a couple of ideas. I know specifically with Donnie, he had a whole write up on his, so I'm not sure if they're going to include his history of the character also or not, or if it's just going to be main concepts for power sets and the character name, and then they'll take over.
True.
We'll find out. I put in for the $75 one because I'm that type of person that even though PDFs are convenient, I would prefer a version of a hard copy, but I don't have to have an actual hard copy, so I went for the soft. It's just nice to carry something around in case the power goes out and I don't have anything charged up in order to see a PDF.
Yeah, if I'd had the disposable income, I would have definitely went with a Dead Tree version of one level or another myself. But PDFs are a lot easier to store too.
Oh, of course.
So I'm not exactly unhappy.
I prefer to carry everything around on my Kindle, but I'm also a collector too. So I like something to stick into the bookshelf, and if I have to pull it out, then I pull it out.
Hey, Gregory.
All right, Greg.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
How are you?
Bad connection today.
Yeah. It seems to be technical difficulties all around. Sean's still screwing around with his stuff because he's having speaker issues.
Gotcha.
So this is his third time restarting and attempting to get the application to read off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as usual, my sound is terrible, so.
We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you and understand you. That's the important parts.
Exactly. That's all that matters, man.
Hey.
Hey, Richard.
Hi.
How are you, Richard?
Good. I had to go to an old headset. My newer headset won't work on this app for some reason.
Oh, wow.
It's
like
an
Michael
odd
was
thing.
saying, technical difficulties all around.
Yeah. It's odd because I've never seen a Kickstarter or had people on a Kickstarter that could actually do this type of application as it is. So it's either something brand new completely or like still in a semi-beta.
Yeah.
Gotta get those dice.
And welcome to all the viewers who are joining us today.
Is this actually live?
Yeah, I believe it is live. We've got 17 people.
Okay. Welcome everybody out there in the internet world. We apologize. Sean should be back momentarily. He's having some technical difficulties, but he's attempting to get it straightened out. I'm not sure if anybody else is popping in as far as Leonard or any of the other Colorado stationaries, but we'll see who pops in. For people who are involved on the Prowlers and Paragons Ultimate Edition Omniverse page, I am Michael Walsh, one of the moderators, and attempting to find a couple of more T6s.
Me being a Champions player and writer, I got cubes to spare. Unfortunately, I'm way over in Missouri.
I loved Champions. I loved it. That's the first superhero system I got turned on to about 10 years ago. I started with 4th edition and eventually 5th, and then Champions Complete.
Yeah, I played a lot of Champions too.
Yeah.
I love the system. It's getting new people to play though is is impossible.
It's getting people to understand or have the interest in learning the math. And it can be very intimidating, especially for players who are only there just to play. They're not there to read a book like it's a coffee table book.
But it's fun to throw people across. I mean, when they do knockback was beautiful.
Absolutely. I think the thing that turned me on about this new version of Prowlers and Paragons is its comparison as far as building the powers, and it automatically clicked in my head and had that resonance of champions.
Yeah.
Making it as basic or as complex as you want. And I was actually emailing Leonard back and forth over the past couple of days, attempting to do a reverse engineering thing as far as creating my version of Cyclops, and just how to actually create his powers so specifically that it could do like 15 different things, but it was based off of just the same power. But I can see how people can just build it as an optical blast. So it fits both categories of types of players.
Exactly.
But I always figure
absolutely.
I always figure Resolve is a good way to imitate different things too when you want to do something specific for like one scene or something like that. Like, you know, when he would narrow his beam down to like a small beam just to knock out like one thing, and then he'd widen it to like catch like everybody. Doesn't really do that all that often. Most of the time he's just blasting one person in the comic
absolutely.
book. The only thing I'm sort of missing is the tactical movement. I'm sort of a hex mat person, so I guess from the Champions editions, I guess.
So I got a text from Sean at 12:02 saying he's restarting his laptop.
Right.
Over here it's 12:08 in New York time.
Right.
So we will see.
I might be doing that a couple of times too. My sound is terrible.
We can still hear you, man. That's all that matters.
You guys are coming in real choppy.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, it's
like ordering a hamburger.
Yeah, it's your connection, I guess.
Yeah, he admitted as much whenever he came in.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I've had that problem before too.
So let's click on here. Gregory James returned. Let's see.
For the time being.
Let's see who's in the chat. You got Karen. Hello, Karen. Who else? Mr. Brown. Mr. Gray. A lot of colors, apparently. Spence. Wade Gregory Tripp. James Graham. King Zombie. Ricky Two Tails. Everybody welcome.
It's funny that we started talking about the Champions thing too, because a lot of the people involved in Prowlers and Paragons are from the old school days of Champions.
Yes. I feel it's definitely going to draw that type of crowd. I hope it draws a whole new type of crowd also, but
exactly,
especially with the type of system the Champions was between just being able to build powers and customize a character to the point that you could have the same exact powers, but it could be a completely different structure.
Exactly.
I'm going to pull a page out of Sean's book here while we're still waiting on him. Powers and Paragons, as of 12:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is 107% funded.
Congratulations,
let's go to the actual numbers. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. We are at $30,208 with 412 backers, with 47 hours to go. Which is phenomenal, and I hope everybody takes advantage of watching Sean's games this afternoon, this evening, and for 24 hours and seeing him fight off sleepiness with tons of caffeine. I'll be in and out because I'll be watching WrestleMania, but it should be very interesting to see the types of surprises and stuff that Sean brings in.
Yeah, my favorite thing about champions, though, were the disadvantages. I always thought disadvantages are what made the character, personally.
And the list of flaws in Prowlers and Paragons is pretty extensive, too.
Right.
To answer Mr. Gray, it was supposed to be the final demo that Sean was going to put on, but Sean is having technical difficulties, so until he comes back, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on the system. I can tell you what I do know, and maybe out of the four of us, we could be able to answer some questions for you.
Absolutely.
I did notice one thing. Like when you all out attack, or like you do the extra effort thing and you take your defenses down by half, like
there it is.
Oh, for God's sake!
There it is.
Okay, can you hear
us?
us?
Guys, I'm still trying.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm assuming the rest of you guys are talking to whoever is in the chat. I still can't hear anything. I've been messing with my speakers. So please help anybody else who's paying attention to understand that we're having technical difficulties, and I appreciate it very much.
No problem.
And I will continue tackling this problem.
All right. But so, like, I noticed that TK's powers, she can expand her defenses out. Those power that defense doesn't get cut in half for the guy who's, if she's defending the guy who just went all out.
I mean, on my end, my speakers are working.
But you still can't hear any of us.
Yeah.
Did you ask my end if there's any chance I have an external speaker that I could plug in? Yeah.
I feel so bad for Sean.
Yeah.
So you guys can hear me, though, right?
I do.
Well, at least there's that.
Yep.
We can hear you and see you.
Yeah, we can definitely hear you and see you. And as far as the 24-hour...
Michael, I did all of that. I completely restarted my computer even.
Oh, he's catching that from an older thing that I sent to Greg. Let's see if I can get him on here. Even the chat was kind of honky.
But yeah, TK's
and,
area.
Mr. Gray, I don't know if they had a chance to answer you, but this is a live. It's supposed to be a live demo.
Oh,
he's been doing a number of them so that you can actually see what's going on. But you certainly can treat this as a Q&A. Everybody who is here has played this game to some degree. If you type a question into the chat at this point or into the Q&A section, I will see it and be able to respond. I just can't hear anything right now while I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my speaker situation. Our very kind host is hooking me up with an external speaker system that we hope will solve the problem.
The dollar store run.
I honestly thought my laptop speakers were going to function no problem, but they are not engaging with the app, or with actually anything for that matter.
I know.
But yeah, TK's area pros are incredibly useful, and I'm really impressed with that build. Given that
I think TK is a very versatile, interesting character.
Like you, hold on. Like you were saying, Richard, the ability for her to protect herself and others is really nice.
Hey, how's that?
Hey.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I can actually hear you. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yes. Thank you.
Finally. Holy crap. I don't know what's going on, but there it is. So we're a little late, but we can dive into this. Welcome, everyone. Actually, let me go ahead and reset the simulcast over to Facebook since that got shut down.
Right.
And then we will get going. And while we're at it, Rich, who did you decide you wanted to play today?
Can I pick any of the characters on the regular? I mean, the pre-book, or is there some?
Oh, you went the Quickstart character?
Yeah.
Those are going to be the easiest ones at this point, unless there's somebody.
Yeah, I'll just go with TK. That's fine.
TK's perfect because Cory is going to play Vigilant and Michael's playing Citizen Soldier. Dale, you decided you're going to go with Vixen, yeah?
Yes.
With the slight update that we suggested.
Exactly. And thank you for that, by the way.
Not a problem at all. I just knew that that was going to probably work out a little bit better for you for today's game. Real quick, Rich, would you tell me what TK's edge is, please?
Edge. Oh, her edge is 8.
Thank you. That's what I needed to know. And crap, another couple of minutes, guys, because I had to reset a couple of things.
It's all good. Take your time.
Literally, today is about 99 ninjas.
99 ninjas.
I'm not a one.
And they're all going down.
Well, my character's name isn't Beatrix Kiddo, so I'm not worried about that. So.
Are we losing Gregory again?
Yeah, he's having trouble with his connection.
All right. Again, everyone's patience is greatly appreciated. I had made an assumption about my tech that turned out to be incorrect. And so actually it looks like the Kickstarter or the Facebook live stream that was, are we losing Greg? There we go. So yeah, the reason why I was not able to launch the Kickstarter because you guys were still co-hosting, so everything was fine. So it is still going on over there.
Oh, there's Michael.
I don't know what the hell happened.
All right. So If anybody is currently watching on the Facebook thing, I'm not going to be able to pay any attention at all, so I will request anybody who's over there who knows what they're talking about help out anybody who's paying attention. Otherwise, if you have questions, please pop over to the Kickstarter itself, where you can watch and actually participate in the chat, and also use the QA system to ask questions. We're going to go ahead and dive in, folks, because I'm throwing stuff on the floor.
Let's do this.
Now, Rich, I just realized you actually have not had a chance to play yet, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so this will all be new for you. I just dropped my cool whiteboard. And so TK, I just need to get you written in here. All right. Hopefully I can set this back up again and not throw it on the floor a second time. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna skip the part where there was like a serious investigation so that we can move on to the next part. Vigilant is present. As I said, Cory is here. He's off camera, sitting at this table over here.
Hi, Cory.
He's playing Vigilant. Vigilant, as you guys all know, is very much the detective character of this crowd. And Vixen is a relatively new addition to Aegis's roster of the heroes of Pinnacle City. Welcome, Vixen. Citizen Soldier, of course, is a well-established member of the team who, as we've established, has basically a vault full of keys to the city at this point. And
got a huge key ring.
Right, exactly. TK has is of course maven of fashion as well as hero of Pinnacle City. So, a senator whose name I have forgotten. We'll say Senator Hutchins of Pinnacle City is within his well, actually, he represents the whole state that Pinnacle City is in. The state of insert appropriate name here based on how you're going to run your setting. We've established that it is probably somewhere between, I think we decided it was like between Philadelphia and New York, somewhere on the East Coast was the idea that we were going with. Anyway, he has been in opposition to a conglomerate, an Eastern conglomerate, Pacific Rim conglomerate, that has been trying to buy up tons of property, especially along the waterfront of Pinnacle City. So if all of a sudden shades of Netflix's Defenders series with an emphasis on what's going on with Iron Fist kind of starts to float into your brain, that is an entirely appropriate.
Would you say the Daedalus conglomerate?
No, I would not, because that would be copyright infringement, and I'm not going to do that. Did you guys hear Cory okay? Did we hear?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
Okay, good. So Vigilant has determined that Senator Hutchins' very vocal opposition, not only has it created a certain political thing going on with people like, is he being to America first, or is he actually protecting the city or whatever, but apparently there's indications that he may in fact have drawn the ire of the Red Talon Clan of ninja. And again, if you are seeing images of seemingly endless streams of ninjas, welcome to today's demo. So Senator Hutchins is currently in town, and Aegis has called all of you in to help provide additional security and overwatch because he's insisting on all kinds of public appearances. And it's pretty clear he's making his initial bid, perhaps even get on the ticket to run for president, which is one of the reasons why he's turning this into such a big deal. So let's assume that there are public speaking appearances with big halls and stuff like that. Then there's a big reception thing going on at a swanky hotel. I'm going to go around and ask each of you to describe how you intend to participate in the providing security for Senator Hutchins. We'll start with Citizen Soldier. What is your overall plan for providing security?
My plan, since I'm so familiar with local law enforcement, was to definitely just coordinate with them and to try to be a focal point so other officers and operatives would be able to go out undercover and keep an eye out.
You're going to actually be physically present, almost in a bodyguard fashion? Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Dark Wolf, what's your plan?
If that was Gregory, he's having trouble hearing us.
Gregory, can you hear?
No.
All right. Well, we will. Dark Wolf may not be able to participate in. We'll have to see how it goes. All right, Vixen, what would your plan be for attempting to provide security against potential threats for the senator?
Vixen would probably try to gain a vantage point in which to observe. Probably, depending on how the venue is structured, she'd try to find ledges, catwalks, building tops, things like that to patrol around so that she could look down and around and see any potential threats coming in from a distance.
Got it. You're going to be in Overwatch, mostly unobtrusive, but hiding in places where you're looking down and stuff like that. TK, what would your plan be?
Well, since she was a DJ, she's going to be taking care of the music for these venues.
Okay, so she has totally embedded herself in mostly undercoverish then.
Right.
Thing. And how about Vigilant? What's Vigilant's plan going to be?
Vigilant is providing Overwatch and security. So he's got like his own little sort of tap into the security systems that he has prepared for, and is currently like sitting on the rooftop, like with his own display and figuring out who's where, what's going on, and trying to make sure everything is going where it's supposed to go.
So you get your own personal control room type setup at each of the venues, and you're doing that kind of thing. All right, Greg, let's check it out. Can you hear us okay?
It breaks up real bad, but I'm following along.
Okay, so Dark Wolf also skulking about.
Okay. The two of us will take vantage points.
Exactly.
Okay, so got that. All right, very good then. So everything's fine. There's a couple of times where there's some suspicious-looking characters at various speaking engagements and stuff like that, but they fade into the crowds and disappear as you send various people to go look after them and stuff like that. But that evening, as he gives a rousing speech talking about how we must protect American interests in this dangerous new world and TK, is pumping in the music and stuff like that, and in fact, it's going to now be sort of a reception ball dance kind of thing. Right about then, as he's finishing and throwing his hands up, ninjas start dropping out of because I should point out, by the way, this is like a hotel that has like that whole interior giant atrium thing that goes all the way up almost to the top. So there's balconies all the way up, and it's like a massive like 30-story hotel kind of thing, and then the main atrium lobby areas where all the stuff is going on, and ninjas are flying in on ropes and stuff like that. Some of them are coming out pouring in from back hallways and stuff like that. And the thing is, they're ninjas, so they were all using like their covert stealth abilities, and they're really, really good at it. But you guys were so well appointed and so well set up that they do not get to jump on you, and you are ready to go. This is just a flat out Donnybrook, folks. That's what this is going to be about right here. So there's 3 groups that or types that you need to worry about. There is 90, 10 groups of 9 minion groups of ninjas, right? So Rich, just so you know, and Dale, just so you know, you target those groups as individual, as though they were single target.
Okay.
Then there's some that are a little stouter looking. All right, there's the ones that have like unique costumes compared to the rest of them, and there's 8 of those that you see. But your investigations also revealed that the leader, one of the great clan leaders, Crimson Slash, is also expected to be around. You have not spotted Crimson Slash yet. So there's 98 ninjas charging in. They are obviously intent on getting to the senator. He's of course got his immediate bodyguards around, and Citizen Soldier, you're standing right there. But Vixen, as the ninjas are pouring in, what are you doing?
Okay. Are any of them putting the general population into danger?
They are being rough and gruff with them. They're like pushing people aside and stuff like that, but they're not directly, like, they're not stabbing anyone. So they, if anyone gets in their way, they'll shove them aside. If anyone provides extra chance to stand in front of them, if that person who does so doesn't seem to be an overt combatant, then they will flip over them or maybe backhand them away or something like that. So they're clearly not intent on hurting innocents. Anybody who's drawing weapons, like a security person or a police officer, they're showing no mercy to them whatsoever.
Okay. Then Vixen's going to try to get to one of the leading groups of minions, and then try to work her way through them back towards the back of the line.
Got it. All right. So you're diving into a group of minions. Mm-hmm. You, I believe, if I remember seeing the character sheet, have the two-fisted ability.
Yes.
Which is very specifically designated for this. So you decided that you're going to have 10 dice of martial arts, right?
Yes.
All right. So if you drop 2 dice, that means the total net successes against the group will be doubled. So
okay.
You want to go with the 8 dice then?
Yes, please.
All right. Their threat rating is 4 dice. So you roll your 8 versus their 4. You are looking for 2s, 4s, and 6s. A 2 and a 4 each count as a single success. A 6 counts as 2 successes.
Okay. 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 2 4s and 2 6s. So 2, 4, 6 successes.
Yep. And I rolled 2 successes. So 6 minus 2 is 4. That would take out 4 ninjas. However, because you get double successes for using two-fisted, you take out all but 1 of those ninjas, who will flow into the next group, turning that group into a 10-person group. So he'll drop back a little bit and then kind of flow into that other group. But that takes effectively 1 group down. Dark Wolf, you're up.
I kind of picture this as the 2 of us doing it simultaneously. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, except I'm going to make it a charging attack.
Okay. Do you want to go after the group that just became 10, or do you want to group one of the 9 groups?
Take the group that became 10.
Okay, you're on it. And you're doing a charging attack. So you're using your movement power, which is what?
6 dice.
Do what?
6 dice. Right.
Would you get
D6
you get plus movement. 2 dice because of the charge, turning that into 8. Now, are you also going for your two-fisted?
Okay. Yes, I do.
So that'll drop you back down to 6.
Which is still not bad at all.
Okay, well, right off the bat, I've got 5 successes.
I think it's 5.
How much?
Yes.
I thought he said 5 dice, but I mean 5 successes.
Okay.
We have a 5.
Tell you what, do me a favor, Gregory, since we're having some audio problems, go ahead and follow up with a type into the chat of your results. But 5 successes versus my 1 becomes net 4 times 2 becomes 6, or times 2 becomes 8. So only 2 ninjas survive from that group. They will also pull back and flow into 2 other groups. So effectively, 2 groups of ninjas have been taken out, with a couple of survivors who are joining up with their comrades. Vigilant.
Vigilant is waiting for Crimson Slash to appear, and then he is going to use his weakness detection to see what Crimson Slash's techniques are and powers he might be displaying, and then he will make his entry.
All right, so Vigilant is holding, even as Crimson Slash literally seems to just blend out of the curtains, like the big stage area. He seems to just like melt out of the curtains, and he's going right for the senator with his. He's got this really, really nice looking sword, and well, actually, it's combo, so he's got 2 swords, and he's just diving right at him. But you were holding specifically for that, so.
All right, so there's this guy like right above the senator.
Yep.
And Vigilant, basically, in true prowler fashion, comes crashing through the skylight, displaying, flowing out so that he slows the fall and comes tumbling right in front of Crimson Slash and defending the senator.
All right, very good. So the weaknesses section, what I'm going to do here, just to kind of do the whole super detective thing. In this case, we're going to go a role play thing as opposed to saying you had to take an action, because you automatically can tell, yeah, his armor, you can eviscerate that armor, but he is all about movement.
Okay.
So weakness detection isn't really going to be as effective here. You realize you're going to have to use techniques that defeat his evasion and martial arts abilities.
Okay. Then I will spend a resolve for preparation.
Okay.
And I will utilize my swing line as a grappling effect so that we can tie him up.
All right. Do you want to call that like an area effect, so that because if you use it, if you make it act as an area, like a net kind of thing,
yep,
that will cause him problems.
Yep.
All right. So we will call that effectively a net effect on top of your agility, max agility, because it's a mundane piece of equipment. Would be 6 dice you could apply, but the net effect we're going to call 2. So we're going to give you 8 dice for that. It is going to have the area effect, so he has to he has to decide if he wants to forego his next action to use his full evasion, or if he's going to only use half his evasion to also be able to go. He's only going to use half his evasion to try to go, which, by the way, what his might is. His might would be the other thing he could use to try to defeat this. But 7 dice either way.
I got 5.
I rolled pretty good as well, and of course I have 4 adversity because I have 5 adversity. I have 5 players, so I get 5 adversity, and I may spend some of that because this is my main bad guy. Although I may not have to because I rolled really, really well. Actually, I do not have to. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 successes.
I already used the resolve on this, so I'm going to let it pass.
All right, so you go for you use your swing line device to shoot out a net kind of effect at him with multiple swing lines. He ducks, rolls, and comes up. However, you still succeed in the one thing you really wanted to do, which was to draw attention from the senator, and he comes after you with his swords instead. And he is very, very tough. You guys realize this guy's a major threat, as he's throwing 13 dice of strike against you. He's not bothering with weakness protection against you, because you are a fellow dodgy, evasive person.
Yeah, martial arts, I guess.
Yes, martial arts would probably be your best bet. You are in good shape here because I rolled crap. In fact, I rolled such crap, I'm spending an adversity to re-roll. Yeah, I got 5 successes on that. So, rolling again. Much better this time. Ooh, a lot better. Ugly bad.
Uh-oh.
Oh. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 successes. Oh my God.
Well.
Reroll.
Yeah. Just so you guys, what's your total health?
7.
Yeah, so this is a situation where you might need some help, folks, because I rolled 15 successes. Right now I've got 10 net successes against him, which would drop Vigilant. So there might be worth somebody throwing some resolve at some extra dice or something like that.
No.
No.
So I will warn everybody, my dice hate me.
They do. They really, really do.
Would leadership work in this situation?
Yes, leadership absolutely would work in this situation.
Then I would like to invoke leadership when I can.
So both of you have it. We're going to let Vixen use it first. So Vixen, are you shouting out? What are you saying or doing for your leadership to apply here?
She cries out something along the lines of, "Vigilant, you need to duck to the left. He's coming in from the right."
All right. So you get a reroll based on that leadership.
Nope. Like I said, my dice hate me.
So what does the soldier do to attempt to provide leadership here?
He's going to call out to focus on his speed, since that seems to be his major faction he's focusing on.
All right, so you're getting commands and advice from both of them trying to help you re-roll.
How many dice was he throwing at? 13?
Yeah. But I got 15 successes. I rolled stupid high. I know, yeah.
So I guess I will spend 2 more resolve to try at least.
I wouldn't spend anything yet because you can pre-roll twice, correct? Once for Vixen, once for me.
I would have to roll a majority in order to equal what I just threw at me.
So you're getting 1 more reroll, and you're adding you're spending 2 resolve. Does anybody else want to spend some resolve to kind of also help here?
Yes.
Okay, so you may spend as many resolve as you wish up to being out, and that will give additional dice. So
okay, then I'll spend 2 resolve in order to help him out.
So 2 more dice from Vixen, who at this point you could actually describe that you've gone ahead and dropped out, or that you've leapt back onto the stage to maybe because you can describe actions that represent your helping. So you could even be like diving in to try to throw Crimson Slash off a little.
And this is in addition to the action I've already taken.
Yes. This is a free description. This is pure narrative.
Okay.
That you're throwing.
And yes. Whenever she sees that Vigilant's that much in trouble, she tumbles backwards, uses her hands to kick herself back up onto the stage.
All right, perfect.
And tries to distract the Crimson.
There you go. 2 more dice from her.
All right. Now we're at least in the range.
All right.
Ha.
Seriously? That was...
Cory is looking plaintively at his back.
Uh-oh.
I got nothing. That's 8, which was better than the 5 I did have.
So 15 over 8
Still takes me out.
So at that point, unfortunately, Vigilant, with all the help, the Crimson Slash is just that dangerous, which, by the way, should establish in everyone's minds, oh my God, that guy's really, really dangerous as Vigilant goes down.
Right.
Now, after all that said and done, I'm giving you a resolve in the aftermath because that was incredibly brave to go against a villain that nasty one-on-one like that. So you have that resolve added to your pool because once per scene, once per situation, you may come back from being defeated by spending resolve. So Vigilant will have that option later. Crimson Slash is gone. Citizen Soldier, you're up.
I see that's going on, and before Vigilant ended up going down, I know that he can handle himself, so I pick up the Senator under my arm, and I go to jump off the stage area as far as I can. So with a might of 12, how far would I be able to physically jump away?
So you can jump pretty far, but there's a lot of intervening situations going on, and I don't recall Citizen Soldier has the leaping power.
Oh no, this is just
pure might. You will be able to leap like all the way to like over most of the ninja to like the entrance area, like going back out to where like the armored limousine would be and stuff like that.
Basically, my goal to get him out of the situation.
All right, so you have successfully done that to a pretty good degree without actually like literally like blasting your way through the wall, so to speak. But you're like all the way around, and so all the ninja are having to turn around, and you've gotten away from most of them. That doesn't mean all, but you've gotten him away. You certainly gotten him away from Crimson Slash. You've gotten away from many of the different colored looking ones, but the Horde ninjas may still be able to reach. Some of them may still be able to reach. But that was your action. It was a good one. I'm giving you a resolve for that.
Thank you.
The Red Talons, which are that's just the name I'm using for the 8 more specular ninjas, if you will split themselves up to try to attack everyone that's still going. TK, you're by the way, your edge was slightly lower than these
right.
photos.
That's fine.
So the good news is they don't know you're a threat yet. You're just interestingly addressed DJ at this person. So Dark Wolf and Vixen, you're the ones that are kind of in trouble here. What I'm going to do real quick, just kind of make this fast, I'm going to have them split them up 4 and 4. I'm going to say 3 are effectively assisting 1 in their attack against each of you. So with 1 getting the help from 3 others, that's going to give that 1 a +2 dice on their roll against you. So let's go ahead and resolve the 4 that are attacking Vixen.
Okay.
By the way, stupid GM tricks is, this is an interesting way to kind of quickly resolve when you've got a bunch of foes teaming up and you just want to give one of them a really good roll as opposed to a bunch of separate rolls.
There you go. So I'm rolling my defense against these guys?
Right. So that would either be your agility. Your agility is a perfectly valid active defense and would be the best one against this attack.
Exactly.
And my dice are on fire this morning. I mean, they are just absolutely hero-hating dice.
Yeah, they're really going to hate me.
Well, I got 11 successes.
Yeah. Out of 12 dice, I got 4 successes.
Ooh.
You should save some of those rolls for this afternoon instead, Sean.
Yeah, well, so 11 over 4 is 7 net successes. What's your health?
8.
So you'd still be standing, but you would be in really, really bad shape. So you have the option to spend a resolve to re-roll here if you have any left.
No, I spent both of them in order to try to help out Vigilant.
Okay. Does somebody else want to throw a resolve? Well, actually, your leadership can be used once per player. So you use it on Vigilant, but you can now use your leadership on Vixen if you want.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to scream out as I'm jumping in the air. Look out behind you!
There you go. So re-roll your agility. Try to get better than 4 successes this time.
Right. Well, 5 is better than 4. No, wait, hold on. 2s count as well.
Yes, 2s, 4s, and 6s. You're looking for even numbers.
Okay. Okay, that makes it even better. Okay. 6, 7, 8.
8. All right. That means only 3 health gets through. So you only take 3 points of damage instead of almost all of your health. All right.
Exactly.
Dark Wolf, now it's your turn. Apparently my dice like Dark Wolf slightly better. Only got 7 successes that time. Oh my God. So you are just dancing like a master acrobat through these people. Vixen, obviously, a little bit newer to the game. You guys are getting back to back. She's kind of beat up, but you're managing to kind of throw a bunch of them off. All right. TK, you're up.
I'm invoking, I guess, one Flaw, definitely, but I'm thinking because she's in her secret ID, she's got to invoke that, but she's also invoking like her powers are uncontrolled or whatever it is when she's angry, and so she's sort of angry that her, like Vigilant just got knocked unconscious by this guy. So I don't know what the uncontrolled ability of her powers are. Whenever
what this means is you have to describe something that significantly disadvantages you because of a flaw and causes you not to be effective or successful, possibly lose your turn or something bad happens or other. And if you do, you earn a resolve for that. Now,
right.
Otherwise, it's a role-playing note, and that's perfectly fine. But it's up to you to decide how your flaw negatively impacts you. And if it does significantly negatively impact you, then you get a resolve for it.
Well, but I'm thinking because anybody who would have recognized her as the DJ it reveals her secret ID at this point because her powers are just going haywire, and like just throwing like things like that are in the like chairs and tables that are all around are just swirling everywhere around her.
Okay, so we're going to say then is you're creating sort of a mass irritant effect to a degree.
Furniture storm.
Furniture storm. So it's going to be a -1 die to everyone, good guy and bad guy, until you get this under control. Because the whole room has just gone completely crazy. But that's all you're doing this round. But take a resolve for it.
Right.
Okay, minions.
Minions.
Time for some minion attacks. 2 groups of the ninja horde are coming after Citizen Soldier. TK, now that you've revealed yourself, some of the ninjas are coming over to try to take you down. Vixen, you and Narkwolf both have ninja problems right now. So we'll start with Citizen Soldier. You're going to need to defend yourself. Well, actually, I take that back. What's your armor?
12.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
They are literally breaking thighs and blades and stuff off of your armored skin. Not even an issue for you at all. TK, you did not have a chance to throw up any kind of force field or anything like that. So you would literally have to use your telekinesis as an active defense against them, which you can do. But that means you need to roll a couple of times to defend yourself here.
Okay. So starting with 12 dice on the first roll.
Yep, and then becomes 11 dice on the second one.
Right. Oh, okay.
And there's a whole crap ton of them surrounding you, so they're getting all kinds of crazy gang up bonus. Though with these die rolls, maybe not as much as it would seem.
I got 7 dice, 7 successes.
You're fine on that first defense. Try again as another group of ninjas surround you.
Oh, even better this time.
And I rolled even worse. All right, so you very effectively. By the way, just because you're kind of really low on time, I'm kind of taking the traditional approach on the combat narratives right now.
Right.
If any of you really wants to jump in and go, wait, no, I really want to describe this, by all means. But by default, I'm going to kind of move it a little bit quickly. The first wave comes in on you, and you literally just, the furniture storm that you've created slams into them and sends them, acid for tea kettle.
Right.
And then you turn around and just throw a wall of force up against the second group, and they just stop. All right, that means Vixen, you're gonna have to defend yourself against these guys coming down on you.
You got it.
And agility just works automatically. It's not a power you have to allocate to something. So you just get your full agility each time.
Thank you. And
you know what? Since you rolled, we'll treat the roll against the second one. I'm just going to allow you to auto success the first one. I rolled 2 successes. So let's do
fair enough.
So keep that roll against this one. And what'd you get?
Still counting, and
you're fine.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9,
you're
10, 11.
Yeah, you recover
12.
from the attack from the Red Talon foes, but these minion ninjas are not getting in on you. Dark Wolf, here it comes.
All right. Not a good day to be a ninja. Going to go all out. Going to go all out.
Oh,
yep.
I'm sorry. This is you defending yourself. This is you defending yourself against a bunch of ninjas.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Choppy video, audio. All right. Standard defense.
I rolled 12, which means 4 health gets through on that attack. They dove in on you. So roll again for the second group.
Ooh. 7.
We've only got 7 that time. So that group you managed to hold off. So you get cut up pretty bad, though, as the ninjas are just kind of like a horde of them just kind of falling on you. It almost looks like a scene out of 300. Just bodies of bad guys just swarming all over all you guys. But that will be the end of the page. We will go to the second page. Since we started late, we're going to go over a little bit, guys. We'll see if we can see how far we can get here in the next 20, 30 minutes. We'll come back around to the top of the page, though, and it is Vixen.
Okay. Vixen at this point wants to make sure that the Crimson Claw does not go after citizen soldiers, so she's going to work on distracting him.
Okay.
She knows she's not going to stand much of a chance in a straight up fight, so she's just going to harass him with basically she just kind of dance around him and make things difficult for him.
Might I make a suggestion?
Certainly, please.
I recommend we do a team up and try and take Crimson Slash down by working together.
Okay.
So what are you suggesting is a teamwork attack? Because right now you're going in, moving around, trying to set yourself up for an attack. What that means, though, is if you agree to a teamwork attack, you will wait till the end of the page, and you will go at the same time that whoever else is teaming up goes. You will get +2 dice on your attacks, collectively, and you may spend resolve to make your 6s explode. So it's a very effective way to take down a superior foe.
Let's do it then.
Vixen is going into teamwork mode. Dark Wolf. Now today is a bad day to be a ninja.
Okay, guys, I just got warned that there's a thunderstorm going on. If I get dropped,
we'll just
fair enough because of the weather.
Circle of attacking ninjas.
All right. All right.
Again.
Here we go. All out attack.
Okay.
Group of ninjas. Okay. Come on.
Yeah, that group of ninjas.
9.
That group of ninjas is completely gone.
Yes.
Actually, 9 over 2 is 7 times 2 is 14. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and then again, this is just a GM option thing here. Since you technically targeted one group, I'm gonna since there was 2 groups on you, I'm gonna let it bleed. I'm gonna let it blow through, so that all but 4 ninjas are still standing, are down. So there's only 4 ninjas left around you. You just like because they did kind of close in. So I'm gonna let it treat it as a mega group for purposes of your 2 fists to taking them all out. Vigilant.
Spending a resolve, stand back up.
Which puts you at 3 health.
Still an issue.
And then I go into teamwork mode with Vixen.
All right, and then you begin maneuvering around behind Crimson Slash. Crimson Slash, it is in fact Crimson Slash's turn to go, and he turns around. He's maneuvering. He's seeing that he's threatened, but he is going to pull out ninja throwing stars and hurl them at Citizen Soldier to try to stop him before he gets out. And he's actually so good he can actually fling these things all the way across the massive hall. He is detecting weakness on Citizen Soldier first, so he's taking 2 actions to do so. First, he's detecting weakness, and then he's flinging the stars. So he will actually be at -2 dice for doing that. So Citizen Soldier, you need to decide if you're going to use half of your armor to defend against this, or if you're going to try to use an active defense instead.
I will do an active defense, and I will pick up a table, and I'll attempt to turn it into a shield.
Okay. So that would be either what's your ability?
6.
Okay. I will give you a bonus couple of dice for using the table, and I'll let you turn that into 8 dice for purposes of defending against it.
Thank you, sir.
I got 8 successes.
3, 4, 7.
So this horde of ninja stars comes through. One of them actually does get through and catch you right in the shoulder.
Oh, God.
And draws blood. Citizen Soldier, it is your turn.
I'm going to use that table that I had picked up, and I'm going to hurl it like a giant discus at a whole group of them.
Okay, so you're going to use the table against a group of the ninjas that are surrounding you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we're going to give you some benefits. We're going to basically let you use your might as an area attack for purposes of the shield of the table, and I'm going to let the blow through hit the second group around you since they're kind of massed around you. So basically,
and I'm at -1 because of TK, correct?
Actually, you're not, because you guys are just outside of it because you did intentionally move very far away from the center of everything. So I'm going to say you're not in that.
Okay.
Oh, and take a bonus resolve because I forgot the -1 that I should have applied. Actually, you know, everybody take a bonus resolve because I forgot the -1 that I should have applied to all of the minions' attacks.
You get a resolve, and you get a resolve.
So everyone take a bonus resolve because I screwed that up.
Best episode of Oprah ever. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes.
8 over my 3 is 5 times 2 is 10. So a whole crap ton of ninjas get smacked. There's still quite a few around you, but 10 of them go down. As a wave of ninjas are flung to and fro. All right, that brings us to the Red Talons, who have been maneuvering, and in fact, 4 of them are now attacking you, Crimson Soldier, because they're trying to stop you. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. They're ganging up on you, which means 3 of them are effectively providing a +2 die bonus for 1 of them to attack you. So you need to just straight up roll your armor against this, I suspect, because this is a 10-die attack.
That's what I'll do. Two, 4.
Well, it's actually a 9-die attack. Well, no, it's 10 die. Yeah.
11.
Dang. All right, never mind.
11.
Let's see. 2 of them are attacking Dark Wolf. So Dark Wolf, you need to defend yourself twice because I'm not gonna team them up on that one. You with me?
Gregory's having to unplug his computer because of the weather outside. So.
Oh, he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just hand wave that. That's a thing that's happening over there somewhere.
Right.
And 2 of them have deflected off to go after TK. So, TK, you will need to defend yourself. This is a new page. So you have a couple of choices here. One is to use your telekinesis as an act of defense again. The other is to spend a resolve to effectively jump the order so you can throw up your force shield instead.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll spend up resolve.
So by doing that, that puts you up ahead of the Red Talons, and it means they do not have a high enough attack value to break that, so you are automatically protected. You don't even have to roll.
Okay.
And I'm moving you up above them in the order for later.
Okay.
So they do not manage to succeed in attacking you. We are down to the minions going. However, just because we are really, really moving on the time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this round be auto successes across the board. So I'm just going to call out auto successes, and you can decide if you can auto success against it or not. So Citizen Soldier with a group of 8 on them of them on you. That means they can get 5. Can you auto success against it? You can. I know you can. So never mind. Actually, we've already realized they can't hurt you anyway. So they were actually going to try to tackle you instead, but you can auto success yourself out of that as well.
I will.
TK. Never mind, because I just realized if you throw your force shield up, these guys can't get through on you either. Vixen.
Mm-hmm.
They would be able to get 6 successes, but you can auto success 6 successes as well. So very, very narrow, but you will manage to avoid attacks. Dark Wolf, I think you're going to be fine because there's only 4 left on you. And 4 successes. Oh, never mind. Dark Wolf's out. So, yeah, we're just going to hand wave off those guys.
Quickest round ever.
So we're at the bottom of the round where Vigilant and Vixen we're going to do a teamwork attack against the Crimson Slash.
Right.
Yes. So my idea is basically Vixen, if you want to go high, I'll go low, and basically we're gonna scissor this guy and take him out.
Exactly.
Okay, so you get +2 dice for the teamwork. If you decide to get really, really risky on this and do another +2 dice by going all out,
I am going to go all out.
it
Okay.
would be a total +4 dice. Now, the danger on that is if you don't take him down, you're at half defenses against him.
Yep.
Okay.
I've already shown that really didn't matter in the first place. So.
And I assume we still have that -1 from TK.
Nope. I've got control.
Okay. Under control.
Okay, so I'm actually rolling 16 dice.
Really? All right.
No, wait, hold on. I'm counting my agility, not my martial arts. It should be 14. My bad.
There you go. All right. Both of you roll, and remember that if you get 6s, to explode those 6s.
Okay. Oh my. Please remind me how exploding works.
What happens is you count the sixes as 2 successes, and then you re-roll them. And if they continue to roll sixes, you can keep re-rolling. They just continue to add successes.
Okay.
So if they come up with 2 or 4, that's another success. If they come up with 6,
4.
that's 2 more successes, and you get to re-roll again.
Okay.
Should be about 20 minutes.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 successes.
Okay. So you went high, and describe what your attack looked like as you went high on him.
Vixen actually leaps up in a backwards somersault-like flip midair, kicking under the chin as she's going up and over.
And Vigilant?
And then as the Crimson Fox basically is getting affected by that attack, he comes in with a low leg sweep, completely knocking him off his feet.
He does that crazy 3 times flip in the air, being corkscrewed by the both of you. His head smashes into the lectern, through the lectern, and into the stage. He is completely obliterated by that attack. So at that point, if you guys don't mind, just as we did going to go over, TK, you're going to not even have a single problem. You're basically able to just use your force shield, kind of push them into the center of the floor. Citizen Soldier, you're going to be able to get him into the hands of high-end bodyguards, which will then, because again the leadership's gone, the Talons, the actual higher level guys, they immediately start seeing how bad things are and start bleeding away, and some of the ninjas fall. While the rest of them are fighting desperately and just failing. So you guys will absolutely take these guys out. You will very effectively rescue Senator Hutchins, but you will also have uncovered there's something going on, something rotten at the heart of Pinnacle City. With that being the case, well done. Thank you guys very much for playing. I hope you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Rich, what do you think? Rich?
What's that?
What did you think?
I think I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I talked to them before about previously being a big Champions fan, and this adds a little, gives me the flexibility that I always thought Champions had, but without the math.
Exactly that. Which is one reason why I'm so proud that the Hero Games guys are such fans of this stuff. Dale, this is your first time playing too. What did you think?
That was incredibly fun. I especially liked being able to flex the leadership in order to help out the teammates, and the whole teamwork mechanic really helped set up the end of the combat.
Yep.
That was wow.
We're very, very, very proud of that. I take a little knuckle polish on that one. I mean, Len is the designer, and he'll take my ideas, and we'll go back and forth on it. We'll figure out about 5 different ways to skin a cat, and then we'll come up with the one that he likes best for the math. And that's his brilliance. But a lot of these elements did definitely come from a lot of great back and forth, a lot of the great play. Cory's had an opportunity to play in a lot of the games, and kind of we pushed the bounds on this. So the concept of those classic comic book tropes having a mechanical effect, having a meaningful effect, the idea of teamwork, the idea of how leadership is helpful, and it's important to describe what you do. It's not just, well, you get a free roll, but actually having an invested emotional and narrative connection to
exactly
manifests as. When you spend resolve to help your teammate, what does that look like? Yeah, people are like, well, I already took my action. It doesn't matter. This is just a cool description of what you did, because they're so fluid anyway. I mean, it's just like, what are you doing to make sure they get that bonus? That's entirely a matter of the player being able to have a meaningful impact, not just on their turn, but as part of their support of another player's actions. The going all out is another important part. The charge attack that we saw earlier. So all of those things are in there.
Right.
One of the things I'm most proud of is they hit a dude with a dude. People, every game I've ever run, superhero thing.
I was this close. I was this close.
People always want to grab a guy and hit him with another guy, or blow the guy back through the other guy. We finally have a solid mechanic called the clobbering attack that is exactly for that purposes. I call it knockback billiards, which is when you're like using a blast or something like that to hit one person into another person, or the hit a dude with the dude, like grab the guy and literally use him as a club against the other guy. No other game has really ever had an effective way of doing that, and we have it. So I'm very, very proud of that too. So anyway, you guys beat down 99 ninjas, either took them completely out or sent them running, and that was a hell of a thing. So
I have one question real quick.
Yeah,
when they went all out and they have their defenses, because TK has an area effect defense, if she would have spent resolve to basically impose herself between them and then spread her defense out, that doesn't get halved then at that point.
Nope, that would have worked just fine.
Okay, I just wanted to.
TK is actually one of the most powerful characters amongst the pre-gens. She is a powerhouse. So there's a lot of potential there. And telekinesis is such it's an expensive power because it has so many applications. And then that force wall, or basically the force field, which you have the area effect on. You could, by the way, totally have domed up. And I imagine in my head canon, at one point you inverted it and threw it down on a bunch of the ninjas so they couldn't get away. As another thing.
That's the way I pictured it too. Yeah, sort of like the Sue Storm, Invisible Woman's force dome.
That is exactly it. You've got Sue Storm's force powers through and through. Exactly. All right, guys, I've got to get ready for the 1 o'clock game, which if you guys get a chance to watch and kibitz, that will be fantastic. We're going to set up cameras and we'll have multiple cameras for that one, so that I'm going to have Koji Goto, one of my players, is going to be watching the chat so that he can answer questions while I'm running the scenario. That starts in under 2 hours. And then a reminder that starting 10 a.m. my time tomorrow, which is noon Eastern and 9 Pacific, we begin the 24-hour insanity that I do, which I will literally be on screen for 24 hours.
That'll be fun.
Well, Rich has been through this. He went through the Shine
part and the
Freedom Squadron one. So
yeah.
We'll have a special guest star at some point in the wee hours. Lee Cambros is going to show off the zombie golf game. He's another local game designer, good friend of mine. He just launched his Kickstarter. It's a great beer and pretzels, roll dice to play golf while killing zombies, and it's a hoot. It's an absolute hoot.
I thought it was zombies playing golf. That's what
That's the expansion. We'll save that one for an expansion. Anyway, guys, thank you again. Always a pleasure. So grateful for your support.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And again,
thank you very much, Sean.
As always, peace out. And remember, the world needs heroes.
All right. Nice game, guys.
Yes.
Gentlemen, it's been a lot of fun.
Yes,
Can't wait to get together again soon.